organizers, our elders. In 2013, I went to Anambra State as an official of the APC to witness the by-election for governorship. Your next guest, Peter Obi, was governor. He got me arrested and detained for 48 hours in my hotel room. Now I'm the governor. And he is coming to Kaduna. In addition to the police and the SSS, I have one mechanized division Nigerian army here. If I need to arrest and detain the organizers, our elders. In 2013, I went to Anambra State as an official of the APC to witness the by-election for governorship. Your next guest, Peter Obi, was governor. He got me arrested and detained for 48 hours in my hotel room. Now I'm the governor of Kaduna State. And he is coming to Kaduna. In addition to the police and the SSS, I have one mechanized division Nigerian army here. If I need to arrest and detain anyone. But we are northerners. We are civilized. We don't do things like that. I wish you all safe journey back to your destination, and God bless you.
Room to go in to have breakfast, and I was blocked by 3 SSS officials holding AK-47s and threatening me that they have directives from Abuja to restrict me to my room. I said, on what basis? They said, well, that's their directive. I said, well, let me tell you that Nigeria is a democratic country. I have freedom to move, and I intend to move. I intend to go anywhere I want. You can't stop me from going. The very idea of restricting movement or election day is unlawful. Our constitution does not allow that. There is no law in Nigeria that says that anyone has the right to restrict movement during election. We are going to test that in the courts because we want the courts to tell us under which law INEC or any agency of government can restrict the right of the right of Nigerians to move around. Freedom of movement is a constitutionally guaranteed right. Nobody can stop you from moving around. I am accredited. I'm the Deputy National Secretary of the APC. I'm here on election duties and I'm duly accredited. I tried to leave the hotel about 3 p.m. and they blocked the entrance to the hotel. They stopped everyone coming in and out. There are journalists from Radio France that came to interview me. They chased them away. These people are uncivilized. They are savages. But these are matters for the law. And there are courts in this country
Ability, carry, get it, this is carry, go, whatever, back on never, get your BBC, leave them waka, yo, go follow me, go, anywhere you go, mama, papa, get your BBC, brother, sister, make we start activity, yelele, na P-O-B, morning and night, P-O-B, get your BBC, Obi-Datti, if not to make a choice, I wanna P-O-B, ebelebe, bola, everywhere na P-O-B, ebelebe, bola, everywhere na P-O-B, Kowara yaka, Kuporo yaka, Kowara yegu, we a masarawa, we a masatapi, Jofu, Batofu, obedience is better than sacrifice, 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 mama, papa, where your PVC, obedience is better than sacrifice, brother, sister, show me your PVC, obedience is better than sacrifice, 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 mama, papa, where your PVC, obedience is better than sacrifice, brother, sister, show me your PVC, obedience is better than sacrifice. Masarawa, we a masatapi, Jofu, Batofu, yeah.
Party, Party, Labour Party, the People's Party. We are the people of this great country. Oh yes, now we get this democracy. As we talk and now so we go be. From today we must move from consumption to production to production. Obi-Datti, Labour Party. Today, not today, Nigeria must be free. Obi-Datti, Labour Party. Today, not today, Nigeria you must win. Obi-Datti, Labour Party. Keep poverty, bring security. Obi-Datti, bring back agriculture. It's 1999. Naija people they walk, they don't fall in line. PDP.
Let us pray. Father in heaven, we thank you for today because
He used the auto back, but I started the boss.
Action thing for Nigeria.
guys Obi-Datti. Get them. Is it that Obi or Obi? It's Peter Obi.
Edo is highly obedient. Edo is highly obedient. This is just three local government. 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 Upper Siloko has just joined the group. Upper Siloko has just joined the group. You can see structure. The structureless party has become the structural party. You can see the structure all yourself.
Electricity everywhere. Peter Obi. For good education. Peter Obi. Security for the nation. Peter Obi.
In an attempt to take back Nigeria, all hands must be on deck. We must put all our resources of time, of energy, of finance, of other things to ensure that we take back Nigeria for our youth, for this country, for our women, for our children. On the day of the Presidential National Assembly election, please, it is not the end. 2 weeks later, the House of Assembly candidates or aspirants will be having their election all over the country. Let us turn out en masse again to vote for all members of House of Assembly across the nation. Thank you very much. Forward ever, backward never.
I have been listening to Honorable Derek from the local government. He is an aspirant testing for the House of Assembly position in Edo State. Thank you, Adam.
Agricultural revolution. Peter Obi. Food go down yafu. Peter Obi. And you will want to. 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 Peter Obi. What about the youths? The youths go see what? Everyone looks ready for Nigeria network. Rose go good like today and no more great luck. What you people do, I just don't be just stuck. See it, Nigeria will be world class. Compensation for the years when we don't shop grass. B2B movement go just won't be like NSAS. But Nigeria will be for everybody.
are still able to make it to this rally.
Yes.
What is your name, please?
My name is Ayodele Godwin.
Which local government do you reside?
I reside at the Kobaoka local government.
The Kobaoka local government. Which ward do you vote in, sir?
Ward 8.
Ward 8. What can you say to the people out there who are still yet to believe in the betterment of Nigeria?
Yes, my candid advice to them is what we are having or seeing today is a practical example of what we are going to see come February election day. That all our mothers, youths out there should come in mass and vote for a better Nigeria. What happened to MKO Abiola is not what we are praying for. A better one is what we are praying for now.
Thank you very much. If you are watching there, you can see that the young man here heavily wounded, and yet he's still able to make it to this obedient 2 million rally right here in Benin.
Headquarters of the state. This is just 3 local governments. And Loreto, you can see only 3 local governments. We have delivered more than 3 million votes. We have delivered and mobilized more than 3 million men. This is just Mission Road. This is just Mission Road. You can see for yourself. Time has come. We are taking over Nigeria. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. God is involved in this. This is the miracle Obi talked about.
clash of the supporters. So, speakers today, Brume, let me start with Peter Obi people. They led the Star Wars last week. Priye. All right, Diary of a...
I'm on. Hello.
I could see you. I could see you. I could see the gospels, the love, the loving kindness, the gist. Everyone.
Yeah.
Today's topic is the economy. On somebody's mic. I can see you. I can see you. I can see the gospels. If there's another phone with you, reduce it, please. So last week, big shout out to Team Peter Obi. They won the Star Wars. Star Wars is not part of the debate, but we show a lot of appreciation. And whoever wins Star Wars gets a plaque for that week, where we say thank you to that team and their principal, everybody who is part of that team. So Team Peter Obi was well celebrated last week. This week, Team Tinubu did very well last week, but they just didn't win. Peter Obi people were ready. They were ready. They were vexing. They were angry. Team Abubakar, that used to do so well before. One single star they did not buy last week. But it is good. It is well. It's a fresh opportunity. Stars are bought via my Facebook page. I encourage you to buy. Does not take away the content of the debate. Daddy Freeze does not judge the debate. The debate is judged by the public. Sometimes it takes 3 days for them to come up. So far, they've not come up with a result structure, but I think we're going to set up a panel of judges. But my fear is I don't want there to be INEC inside the team of judges, so the team will be supporting one. Let there be proper non-INEC panel of judges that will sit down and say, okay, according to the answer this week, the best debating team was team so and so, or everybody was a tie, or 2 teams had a tie, and we need that. So I don't know, you guys are going to agree in the leadership forum how we're going to have a panel of judges that at the end of every debate, they will now talk. The next debate, they will now announce because I'm sure people actually need to sit down, look at facts, discuss with one another to make sure the debate is going quite well. So God bless you all. Welcome. Obedience, articulated, and Ashiwaju's people. One thing we need to talk about today is the economy. The economy. Someone said, who's Team Shore? Sadly, we don't have a representative for Team Shore because we had already started the debate and had gone far before we were able to get a Team Shore. Over to you guys. Who goes first? That's always the... Who goes first?
I know I'm going last because we first last week, so I'm back at the bottom of the queue. So I think it's Atiku goes first.
I'll go first if that's okay. I'll go first.
Yeah, Atiku goes first this week. Yeah.
Now, who picked the topic? Because I've come to realize that these are very important things that we cannot take for granted. Who picked the topic?
It's Team Tinubu that picks the topic, which is economy.
Who picks the topic?
Yeah. Tinubu.
No, next week will be picked by Team Atiku. This week is Team Tinubu. Then upper week Team Obi.
Peter Obi. All right. As usual, I'm going to interject with questions from time to time, and the questions will go to all the teams. If you're interested in asking questions, I have some questions, but just to make it open and free and fair, if you're interested in asking any, send me a DM on the gram, a message on Facebook. You see me bending my phones, I'll be reading through your questions, and whichever question is spot on, I will throw it to
the candidates in the order in which they answer questions. So once again, questions will be thrown to Atiku, Tinubu, and Obi. This changes every week. So sometimes you feel that your candidate is at disadvantage because while they're struggling to answer the questions, the other ones are Googling. Just know that 3 weeks from now, it will be the turn of those ones that are having fun today. So we try to make things as fair as possible. For any input, anything, do you feel that we're not doing things well enough? Do you feel that there's a better way to do things? Send me a DM. I do read my DMs, but if you beg me for money, I will not read your DM. So once again, if you're buying stars on Facebook, indicate your team. If you buy 1,000 stars, just write Atiku or articulated or obedient. You know, any phrase that we know is your team principles phrase or your team support phrase, please go ahead. Before we start, I want to throw a quick question across before we even start talking about the economy. ASU protest. This is a 30-second question starting with Team Atiku. ASU protest. Airports were shut down yesterday, and the students were complaining bitterly about ASU. If your principal were president, what would you advise him to do? And how would he be able to solve the ASU crisis? Over to you, Team Atiku. Very quick, it's going to come round, then we go straight to everybody else.
Okay, thank you very much, Daddy Freeze and co-debaters. I think the protest was actually an unfortunate incident. It shouldn't have ever led to that. But here we are today, and thank God, my principal, one of his 5 agenda that he has set out, education is one of it. And I believe my principal would have not allowed it to reach this point. He would have found a negotiating point with ASU to ensure that students are back in school. 7 months plus. So you can't blame the students.
The federal government to prioritize education is why we're here. Prioritizing education doesn't mean increase in loans. It means increase in the facilities in the school, in the compensation of lecturers and workers that work in schools, and making the learning environment, would I say, convenient for the students. Nigerians are very bright, innovative, and what Nigerian youth do with final year projects is ridiculous. You don't want university, the higher institutions. So it would not even get to this point under my candidate because of priority he has given education. Without a good educational system, we cannot advance. It will be delusional to think that we can grow as a nation if our people are not educated, and not just educated at the right time, in the right place, under the right circumstances. With my candidate, it wouldn't get to this point because of the level of priority he has given education. And you can tell from Anambra State, they went, or they had a 22% education index increase at the time he was governor. So it's not rocket science. I keep saying it. APC is a colossal failure, and the current other candidates trying to dissociate themselves from the failure of the government is, I don't know, it's weird, because APC cannot deliver Nigeria from APC. Or Atiku was in APC and he was instrumental to Buhari becoming president. But that being said, my 1 minute is up. If we don't prioritize education, it will deteriorate like this.
That was a warm-up question. That was a warm-up question. Thank you so much for the answers. I'm still trying to fact ASU is really on session. I found out that River State University is on session. So guys, over to your questions. We're buying stars on Facebook. If you want to support us, people have started buying stars. We have Henry Ukoha, who bought stars. To buy stars, come over to my Facebook page. Right under the video, you can see how to buy stars. So 3, 2, 1. We're starting with a 5-minute time limit, if I'm correct. 5-minute time limit. Everybody is going to tell us about the economy. So starting from Team Atiku Abubakar, we take pride in the fact that our timing is very, very accurate on this particular show. Your time starts now. You've got 5 minutes.
All right, thank you very much. The topic today is very interesting, and first things that I would like to state is that the economy of any country is the driving force of the economy, and it's what keeps that country afloat. Presently, at the moment, the economy of Nigeria is in shambles. One of the major issues that is affecting the economy is the insecurity that we have, right? Businesses are closing down. There is no power. Diesel is expensive. The environment and policies do not make companies and organizations to be able to be at work. Now, in every economy, the private sector should be the driving force or should be the lead. In every developed economy, the private sector should be the main contributor. The government should be mainly policies, regulations, and ensuring that this all businesses thrive and employed, and the GDP increases, and all the indices are in favor of the country. Now, coming back to economy based on my own principle. My own principle believes in the power of capital and entrepreneurship to transform Nigeria. One, by saying that, what does that mean? He wants to provide the enabling environment in terms of ensuring that the security and enabling policies that will make industries thrive and private sectors to grow and invest in Nigeria. By so doing, you're going to create employment, you're going to improve your GDP, and you're going to lift a lot of people out of poverty. So one of his main focus is ensuring that we grow our private sector, which is very key. Most of our private sectors, most especially our manufacturing industry and production industries. And for us to have a better economy, we have to produce. The population of Nigeria is so huge, and that is what is affecting our GDP. That is why you find smaller countries with smaller population with higher GDP because of the population. So for us to take care of our huge population, being the largest population in Africa, for us to take care of that economically is to ensure we have the right policies and the right environment to attract investments and grow our private sector. By doing that, more people would be employed, because right now the government is actually overburdened by employment. A lot of government agencies right now, you find out that 10 people are doing the job of 1 because they just need to create. So it's making no impact. And that is affecting our economy, because now recurrent expenses have so far superseded and gone beyond our capital expenditures. So it doesn't make sense economically. So what my own principle is to ensure we develop this private sector. Let me give you an example of some of the examples that he brought up. Automobile and textile industries alone can give millions of Nigerians job opportunities, produce for Nigeria, and create wealth for Nigeria. And that alone, for example, we are still government is spending almost ₦1 billion a day on humanitarian aid allowances, money that you are spending that you probably loaned and you're not bringing in any amount back. If you're spending that kind of money, why don't we revitalize these industries in terms of bailouts? That is when you are spending money, creating jobs and opportunities, and bringing back wealth into the country. And by then, we would also even be in a situation whereby we would be.
State has been #1 position in GDP since 1999. Anambra was number.
All right, thank you very much, Daddy Freeze. Good morning, good evening, Daddy Freeze, fellow debaters, and all concerned citizens as myself. This topic is on the economy of Nigeria, and you know, you can't talk about economy without defining economics. Economy, according to Leonard Robbins, is the science that studies human behavior as a relationship between end and scarce means which have alternative uses. You cannot speak about economic prosperity without mentioning management, with the absence of systems that lead to optimization of resources and the continuous cycle of waste through embezzlement of public funds and diversion of resources. We cannot thrive. The current economic situation is a result of decades of failed leadership, you know, that we can obviously measure through what we need. There's no avenue for that connect. But Peter Obi just came and he didn't just say, oh, I want to be president. He started with asking questions and answering questions. This is what is wrong with us. This is where we are struggling. So it's like 200 million people are speaking through one person.
Yeah.
How can we fix our power sector? How can we become more productive? How can we make use of our youth, you know, their innovation and all of that? How can we empower them? He's speaking the language that we've been trying to say. Who do we tell that trying to hold on to something? Who do we tell? Who can we reach out to say this is what we really want? And then one man just comes and starts to say everything. It is a sign that as Peter Obi is a rich man, but as rich as he is, he has never, ever been disconnected from reality. And not an easy feat to act, because many people, when they become well-to-do, very, very buoyant, there's this tendency to just disconnect. And our politicians do it. I've arrived now. I don't need to talk to you people now. Election time, I'll come back for you guys. For now, you people should just leave me. Hello. Yes. But he is not disconnected from reality. That's why he can sit without a piece of paper, right? And tell you what is wrong with Nigeria.